Sagittarius, hello, how are you? I hope you're alright. Celtic Cross time. I'm excited to get into this next set of readings. The last set of readings I did for the channel were quite short readings. It's not exactly my comfort zone because I am nosy, or should we say curious? Yes, I'm a Page of Swords. I am curious, endlessly curious, which comes in useful in this line of work. Right, I'm going to start with Radiant My Spirit. We'll get the surface energies with this. 10 cards for each position in the one for each position in the Celtic Cross. Then we will dig with my other decks, try and get underneath the energies, see how the energies play off on one another. It's all good. I'm looking forward to it. I'm actually going to open though with an oracle card, and also I'm going to finish with some charms. Now I'm going to have to be very disciplined and with the times lengths of these readings, because I am lengthening things by adding in an oracle card and charms, but I can't help myself. I bought these yummy charms and I just have to use them. Right, let's get you an oracle card to open with. I'm going with Believe in Your Own Magic. Is that what it's called? Believe in Your Own Magic, indeed, that is what it's called. Yeah. I don't read reversals for oracle decks, generally. Okay, right, let's tune in, let's get going. Sagittarius. That's Sagittarius Collective. That's Sagittarius Collective. Setting the tone for the Sagittarius Collective. Protest, start a revolution. Hell yeah. You don't need someone else to fix you on the bottom of the deck. What a wild card. I love it. It's a little bit Seven of Wands actually. Although there is a card in this deck called Bitchfire, which is very Seven of Wands, but this feels quite Seven of Wands. 28. Protest, start a revolution. This is you really standing up for your rights, for your needs. Yes, the scene here painted is a kind of not just your rights, standing up for the wider rights of people in society, but I am getting the feeling also of you standing up personally for your personal rights, perhaps within a work situation, perhaps within a relationship, I don't know. We'll get to it. Let's leave that there though for your reading. As always with these readings, take what resonates, leave the rest. I am pulling on collective energy. It is a trip. It does mean not every single message will necessarily resonate with you. What is most important here, over and above anything I say, is the way you feel in response to what I say. Okay, so listen to yourself, listen to your body. You have the answers, I do not. I can hopefully guide you and prompt you. You know, that's kind of the aim. And also make you feel heard in the world. All right. I'm not putting on any particular area of life, by the way. These are not dedicated love readings or anything dedicated, whatever readings. What comes up is what comes up. Having said that, most of my readings do end up turning into relationship readings, so just to give you a heads up, but we'll see. Right, let's see what's at the heart of the matter. Let's get into this Celtic Cross. It'd be very interesting to see how this card at the heart of the matter plays off that protest card. Very interesting. I don't think I've particularly done a Celtic Cross with an oracle card opener before, but that's the way I wanted to play it today, and I will do what I want to do because it's my channel. Do subscribe if you haven't already, by the way, and you like my style. It helps me pick up on your energy, frankly, next time, but also, you know, it's good in terms of energy exchange. It's good if you're getting something out of the reading. It's good to then put your energy into the channel in some way, you know what I mean? 6 Pentacles, isn't it? Alright, oh, okay, interesting. Heart of the matter is 10 of Pentacles. Your environment, your home space. What do I need to feel comfortable and safe? I think this is something that's going through a lot of your minds. And to what extent does my current environment, my current living environment, reflect what I need to feel comfortable and safe? Because I think if you're doing this sort of thing, you have to start from a place of your own safety. to a certain extent, don't you? You have to have firm footing. If you're going to step out, speak up, you have to be quite grounded within yourself and have that firm footing. I feel like this is you building that firm footing, building that firm foundation for yourself. Some of you could be considering a literal house move. Some of you. Job move. Ten of Pentacles is a lovely card. Pentacles is all about real world shit, finances, career, job, anything you put your time and effort towards to yield real results, you know, real results, tangible results sort of thing, if that makes sense. Okay, what's crossing this for Sagittarius, please? What's... Whoa, yeah, okay. This card flew out very passionately. Oh, a Six of Pentacles. I just mentioned the Six of Pentacles. Interesting. 555 on the clock, just as I looked at that Six of Pentacles. You may feel someone's not pulling their weight. You may be wondering if you and someone else actually have a common goal, because this Ten of Pentacles can be a common goal, a common vision for what you want your ideal environment to look like. You might not be on the same page, or you might be worried that you're not on the same page. This Six of Pentacles is some sort of block to you getting your Ten of Pentacles. That sense of safety, comfort, belonging. I want to say belonging. And community. There's a feeling of community in this Ten of Pentacles card, which actually plays off of this energy very interestingly. There could be a particular community that you're interested in at the moment, and you want to stand up for their rights, and in standing up for that particular community's rights, you're standing up for your own rights because you are part of that community. There's something about community work, volunteer work. Six of Pentacles also is a card of charity, which sort of puts me into mind of, you know, charities that lobby. This is this is coming through as quite a specific reading, but actually really these energies you can apply as you see fit. As I always say, Six of Pentacles, charity, yeah, standing up for those who are less fortunate than yourselves. Than yourself. That's the way it's coming through. A lot of your readings have been love readings recently, haven't they, Sag? This has got a slightly different feel to it. We will see. We will see. But that Ten of Pentacles is something very, you know, this is definitely a goal that you can have with a life partner, you know, practical goals that you can create with a life partner. And it does feel like there's a block on that in terms of you may not be both on the same page, you know, so that applies too, but we'll see when we dig as well. What's floating above, please? Page of Swords reversed. Did I not just call myself a Page of Swords? Curiosity. Curiosity, curiosity, curiosity. Well, you're very curious about something, I don't know what. I think I will wait until I dig underneath it. A lot of curiosity towards something. Towards the way things work. Towards the way injustices are created, but on a societal level, but also for some of you it's on a more of a societal level, hence this card. For some of you it's on a more personal level. I mean, it's both the same energies. They are the same energies. They play out on the personal as they do on the societal level. It's the same energies. But anyway, so on a more personal level, it's good to see this in a way, the reversal interesting. We'll get underneath that. You know, when you're faced with this sort of issue in a partnership, say that's what it is for you, say it's more personal, curiosity is absolutely key, I think, to solving these problems, to working with another person, if that's what you both want to do. Curiosity is key. The fact it's in reverse, interesting. there are shadow sides to that level of curiosity, which we will talk about when I dig, because I just want to see what's underneath those energies before I go on. So now let's pull just for the more subconscious. So this is stuff that might be driving this and this, but without you perhaps being quite so aware of it, because it's in your well, unconscious, subconscious. Let's not turn this into a Carl Jung lecture. You get the idea, actually. Whatever exact word I use, you know what I mean. It doesn't matter, actually. What's below? What's below for Sagittarius, please? What's below for Sagittarius? Four of Swords in reverse. Ooh. It's just kind of an underlying sense of exhaustion here. You can burn out. This sort of energy can cause you to burn out. I kind of feel like your soul is sort of screaming at you to say, what about me? Like in a... I feel like there's some spiritual needs that are going unmet here, put it that way. It may relate to this imbalance that we've talked about, where two people don't appear to be on the same page and aren't necessarily working towards the same goal. I mean, you can achieve this on your own, you can, but I get the impression, with this being in your challenge, that a lot of you are maybe rubbing up against another energy in a way that's not productive, and it's exhausting. It's exhausting you, and somehow perhaps you're not completely aware of your need for rest. There's a need for rest and recharge that perhaps you're not as aware of as you could be, or you keep brushing it aside somehow. Go, go, go. You're like, go, go, go. Yeah, go, 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 because you're so curious. It's like you can't let something drop, can you? You can't let something drop, Sag. Because it's a cause that is very important to you. And I'm telling you, this could apply on a societal level, but it could apply on a very personal level within a relationship, or both. Easily both. You can't let it drop. You cannot let it drop. God. How fascinating. I love this. I love doing this. Sorry. But it is a bit like that. It's a bit like how much I love doing this. It's a really solid commitment to a cause, is that I'm seeing personal cause, societal cause, possibly both. You feel so committed to it, so drawn to it. You see, sometimes Page of Swords does feel a bit obsessive, so I'm not really saying obsessive in a totally bad way. It's not devil energy. I'll go and pull underneath it and get a devil now. But it feels like you can use that. You may become very focused on things, very, like blinkered. Yeah, it's just quite blinkered approach. That's what it is. A type of hyper focus, let's say, something like that. That's a better word than obsession, actually. But the way it is having a slightly detrimental effect is, I think there's so much focus that your need for rest is perhaps being overlooked. So anyway, let's look at your recent past. Recent past for Sagittarius, please. An Ace of Cups reversed. This is it. Some of you could have kind of left behind a situation with someone that just didn't even quite get off the ground in terms of forming an emotional connection. Doesn't have to be a romantic relationship, but I do think for many of you it is. There's this idea, not that I think they still seem to be in your current energy, and they still seem to be in your current energy in a 3D sort of way, actually, like in a real life tangible way, okay? But in the past, there's this idea of an emotional connection not quite getting off the ground. Let's look at your near future. It's an interesting one, that Ace of Cups. But there's a sense of feeling a bit drained as well here, Sag. Feeling a bit drained. It ties in with this Four of Swords energy. Well, that's in your past, so perhaps you are leaving that feeling of being drained behind somewhat, and you are beginning this tug from your soul that's saying rest, Sag, please rest. You may be hearing that. You may be hearing that. I mean, if you turn this Page of Swords curiosity inwards, which would be one interpretation of the reversal, then you would hear that. You would hear that. And if you haven't, then perhaps this will prompt you to do so. If this is you, if this resonates for you. Near future for Sagittarius, please. Near future for Sagittarius. No, I don't want 2 cards, thank you. Near future for Sagittarius. There we go. An 8 of Cups reversed. Is this worth my emotional investment? Is this tells the story. This tells the story. It's like I said, there was hope. In the past, there was hope of an emotional connection. It didn't quite get off the ground from what I'm seeing. They're still in your energy. In a physical way. Whoever this is. You feel like they're not pulling their weight necessarily. And you are wondering here in this future energy, this 8 of Cups feels like a question to me in your future energy. I will also always say about future energies, which would be the near future and the more long-term future in the Celtic cross, I will always say free will is a thing. This is not set in stone. You get to make decisions that affect these energies. And anyway, this is coming through as more of a question anyway in your near future. Is this worth my continued emotional investment? Is something you appear to be pondering in this near future energy. Some of you are already pondering it. It's one of those readings where this bit here is a bit of a, you know what I mean, right? It's not, it's, I get that a lot. Energies are fluid, time is fluid. I get that a lot. It's not distinct. I mean, sometimes it can be there. Sometimes it can feel like that, but yeah. You have to bear with me with the way I try and translate what I'm feeling and seeing. I don't know, it's the way I read. You like it or you don't like it. I have a feeling it's pretty Marmite actually, but let me know. Let me know. Strengths. Let's look at your strengths. What are you bringing to this situation? Strengths for Sagittarius. 9 of Cups. You are willing to do what it takes to find your 9 of Cups. You are willing to walk away from something that is not worth your emotional investment. That's what you're telling me in your strengths here. Beautiful. Good for you, as you should, Sag. Environments / surrounding energies. You may not be aware of these energies. Environment for Sagittarius, please. Environment for Sagittarius, please. I don't want 2 cards. Good, thank you. Knight of Pentacles reversed. Don't do this to me. Yeah, alright. I'm Sag rising. This is... yeah, hi, thanks. Yeah. Inconsistency in your surroundings and your environments, your physical space. Inconsistency perhaps between what you and another person wants, but also just procrastination. Procrastination. And yet you're telling me you're willing to do what makes you happy. And yet something in your environment is off. In terms of consistency, in terms of consistent work over time, there's a lack of consistent work over time towards something, towards your 10 of Pentacles, which would make sense, because how can you consistently work towards something over time if you and another person aren't on the same page, which is what it's feeling like. And on a personal level, you are beginning to protest that, I believe, because you are like, well, I know what is going to bring me happiness, and we don't appear to be working towards it. Like that. Okay, hopes and fears for Sagittarius, please. Hopes and fears for Sagittarius. Hopes and fears for Sagittarius, thank you. Five of Pentacles. Yeah. This is a break between you and another energy. I'm thinking this energy here that we've already spoken about underneath this Ten of Pentacles. You both want it and you're both afraid of it. Our hopes and fears are one and the same thing very often. That's why there is one placement for them both in the Celtic Cross. You don't want to abandon your idea of a Ten of Cups. You don't want to abandon working towards what you believe is important to you. You're afraid of abandoning that in pursuit of a Ten of Cups, Ten of Pentacles with this other energy. Or energies, I don't know. This Ten of Pentacles is so vast. So if we may get to the stage where I am just talking about it in terms of a personal relationship, but I'm telling you, for a lot of you, this applies beyond a personal relationship. This is your relationship with society, with the world, with community. Anyway, this is why collective readings are a trip, because I got to try and get as much of it in for as many different people as possible. And I feel it all. Do you know what that's like? A lot of you probably do, but like, it's a trip. I just can't tell you. I mean, I love it, but like, seriously, sometimes I'm like, why? Just why? Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm sorry, Saj. Let's get back to this. I am human. Five of Pentacles. It's the idea of leaving this. It's the idea of leaving this behind. I mean, it's there in the Eight of Cups. It's the feeling that you are going to get if you choose this Eight of Cups. If you choose to not emotionally invest in this anymore, obviously that will have certain physical, real life consequences, and part of you anticipates a sense of relief, and part of you anticipates a sense of abandonment, and that right there is your hope and your fears around this Five of Pentacles. Okay. Outcome. Let's get you an outcome card, bearing in mind everyone has free will, you and other people. Did I just hear a cat? It just depends if it's one of mine. Neither of them should be outside at the moment. Ah, Betty has not graced us with her presence yet. Right. Fine. We got a devil in your outcome. Interesting. Okay. It looks to me like, despite the questions you are asking yourself about whether you should continually to emotionally invest in something that, now I have more context, appears to be a repeating pattern. This Ten of Pentacles, Six of Pentacles shit that I described, it's a repeating pattern. It might not be a repeating pattern with this particular person, but it's a repeating pattern for you, Sagittarius. You've done this dance repeatedly with other energies since forever, because it will go back to childhood. It looks to me at the moment like your energies, and this is all moldable, it looks to me at the moment like your energies are heading towards repeating that cycle. Well, sometimes we do have to repeat things a certain amount of times till it really enters our psyche that's what we're doing. So you will break free from it when you break free from it. You know, it does appear to be a repeating pattern that is not serving you, which we'd already kind of figured out, I think. But the devil has shown up to really hit that home. You know, and that's what tarot does for us. So this is not some, oh my god, doom and doom prediction. We don't do that shit here. We don't sit here and try to scare people. We try to help them make better decisions. Interesting. Right, let's dig. I don't know how I'm going to keep this to any sensible time limit. Whatever. Ten of Pentacles, right at the heart of the matter. Let's go to Wild Unknown. I don't know if I'm going to clarify every single card. It may not be the best way to do things, but knowing me, I won't be able to help myself, and I will. Ten of Pentacles, Ten of Pentacles. That, of course, reduces to 10, 28. The number 28 may be of importance to you. Tell me more about this Ten of Pentacles, this sense of safety that I believe Sagittarius desires, is working on, is wanting to work on with another person. You're wondering if it was ever really there. This Ace of Cups is interesting because I said about something not getting off the ground. It could be more long term than that for a lot of you looking at this context. But the Ace of Cups is sort of saying to me, well, was it ever really there? Was the love ever really there? Ten of Pentacles. Tell me more about this Ten of Pentacles for Sagittarius, please. A Knight of Pentacles, a repeat energy already straight out the bat. That's the Wild Unknown's equivalent of the Knight of Pentacles. It's showing up upright in your current energy, in your you know, heart of the matter energy. You have it reversed in your environment. A Six of Cups, yes. It's been a long time. You've known this person a long time, for many of you. Or if it's a more recent thing, there's such a sense of, or initially there was such a sense of ease with this person that it feels like you've known them for a long time, and possibly, depending on your own beliefs, you may believe you've known them in a past life. The world. And an, okay, hello, yes. That hit me, man. That hit me. That repeat Ten of Pentacles hit me. Oh my god. You really believe you can have it all with this person. Or do you? At one point you did. At one point you really believed you could have it all with this person. That devil in your outcome does suggest to me that there would have to be a significant shift in energies for that to be true currently or in the future. I'm sorry. Because it's all attached to a Six of Cups, which, by the way, came out reversed. I mean, you have strong roots with this person. The Ten of Pentacles says it anyway, and then the Six of Cups says it. You have strong... Oh, God. You have strong roots with this person. Your pasts are kind of tied together in material ways, in emotional ways. And if that doesn't exactly apply to you, it's a past life thing. But the Six of Cups is a nostalgia. It's a nostalgia. Maybe at one point you did have it all. At one point you built this Ten of Pentacles with this person, but for some reason you are currently doubting. Oh yeah, I will say current, because it's sandwiched between a reverse Ace of Cups and a reverse Eight of Cups. You are currently doubting your level of investment, your level of emotional investment in this, but therefore also your level of practical investment in this, aka the Knight of Pentacles. Practically, what is correct for you to give to this situation, because the dream that you had, it either came to fruition and sort of on paper came to fruition, and then that hasn't translated into emotional satisfaction to you, or it's just not coming together the way you had hoped. Let's look at the barriers to it coming together then. I think someone else is not giving as much to you to this situation, but I suppose the question is why, and I think it's because there's not a shared vision, or if there is, but you know, there's never going to be an exact shared vision. Compromise is a thing, but if compromise would help this situation, that compromise is not being discussed in an effective way, I don't believe. Six of Pentacles. Tell me more about this Six of Pentacles, this barrier to this Ten of Pentacles. What's the barrier to this Ten of Pentacles? Tell me more. Thank you. Yet another reverse cup. The emotional vulnerability, the emotional sharing, the emotional harmony, it's left the building, my loves. Anything else? Anything else for Sagittarius? You're very curious as to why it's left the building, to the point of overthinking though. To the point of overthinking, and to the point that you are doing the thinking where somebody else should be doing their bloody thinking and contributing. Conflict, 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 conflict. Okay. High Priestess. This sort of conflict, I'm telling you, this sort of Five of Wands conflict, I believe, it's minor arcana. There is normally compromise to be found in that Five of Wands conflict, in my experience. However, if one or both parties are going to shut down emotionally, that compromise won't be realised. Protest, protest, protest. I will say also, I feel that you are speaking up in this connection in a way you've not done before, perhaps. You've kind of found a bit of feistiness. And this person may not have seen that in you before. And in a way, and I'm not, their emotional shutdown is on them, but in a way, the knock-on effect of that has likely turned some of these cups reverse. As in, it has prompted in them some sort of emotional shutdown, I believe. That's not to blame you. That's not to blame you. People grow, people change. If you found a voice that you didn't have before, and it's your authentic, honest voice that you speak with integrity, and they've reacted to it in a certain way, well, there you go. It may be temporary. It may be temporary. I just bloody want to skip ahead to this Devil. I mean, because you can work with this energy. I'm not... Nah. My curiosity is getting ahead of itself. Let me just see if there's anything else on the Six of Pentacles. But then someone is not giving as much as is necessary to resolve the conflict here. Sag. Anything else about this Six of Pentacles? And it's because they're afraid to be emotionally vulnerable. And therefore you are wondering, was the love ever there? Can I continue to emotionally invest in this? Your decision to make, but maybe I can have a little look at some of the energies and help you out a bit. Nine of Wands. That goes back to the that goes back to what I said about this devil energy. I feel like, because Nine of Wands often is doing the same thing again and again and expecting different results. You've either been in this dynamic with someone before a lot, or specifically you've been in this dynamic with this person before, and it's round and round and round. And how do you break that cycle? How do you break that cycle? You are curious. You are investigating intellectually the idea of breaking this cycle, I believe. Is it going to get you anywhere if the other person isn't pulling their weight? I believe there's another person in this mix, another energy in this mix, and they're not pulling their weight. And this does not have to be a romantic situation. I was just saying that again. Just because we've got 2 Ten of Pentacles out, and it is a romantic situation for some of you, but just for those of you who isn't, I feel like I'm being a bit biased towards the romantic situation. It is the easiest way to translate these energies, but there is a sense of community in these cards. We've got 2 Ten of Pentacles. This feels like bigger. This feels bigger than a personal situation, but I'm telling you, these dynamics that are at a personal level, they are replicated at a wider societal level. So for some of you, that is how you make sense of these energies, I believe. Let me know in the comments. Let's get underneath this Page of Swords. Let me go to Thelema. Page of Swords reversed. I do believe this is your energy. This is kind of what's going on in your headspace. Makes sense. We've got a Swords card there. You may be becoming curious to the point where you are trying to solve matters of the heart, i.e. cups, with logic. That's coming through a little bit, and I'm not blaming you. Oh my god, I think I said this in a Virgo reading not long ago. I'm a Virgo. It's like you're trying to Google love. This dynamic is, it's cups, it's emotions, and yes, investigating that intellectually definitely has its value, but there's kind of emotional and personal work that needs to be done to kind of solve this dynamic for both parties. I can hear you saying, yeah, but I am and they're not. So in that sense, yes, I understand why this 8 of Cups is coming up in your future. Do I keep emotionally investing in this? All right, tell me more about this Page of Swords for Sag. Knight of Wands. You carry a torch for this person or situation still. You are very passionate about this situation. Oh, there's some sort of cause. There's some sort of cause tied up. Some sort of very strong, passionate belief you have. That's tied up in all of this. I think you might have changed in some way. I think you might have grown in some way, Sagittarius, that this person isn't comfortable with. I think you found a feistiness within yourself that this person isn't comfortable with, or this energy or situation or job or whatever on earth it is isn't comfortable with. Almost like you've outgrown something. And I don't think it's in a bad or negative way at all. At all. I think you are shining brightly in a way you've not shone brightly before, and this person who knows you when your shine's a bit duller, god, they possibly feel intimidated. I think they feel a bit intimidated. Tell me more about this Page of Swords. The Tower. Yeah, it's quite radical. There's been quite a radical change within you, Sag, and this person just doesn't know what to make of it. The Empress. Oh yeah, but you are owning it. You're sitting in your power. You are absolutely comfortable with it. The changes that you have undergone recently, you are absolutely comfortable with them. It's like they are not just logical changes. They are emotional changes. But your position on something has changed, and you have thought about it a lot. It's backed up by a deep intellectual understanding, I believe. I know you wouldn't always say deep intellectual understanding with the Page of Swords, but I do believe you've researched and investigated something, and that's informed kind of an emotional, heart-centered change within you, a passionate change within you, a very radical change within you, it even goes down to the root of your core values. You are absolutely comfortable sitting in this new energy, but it's like somebody else is just now not on the same page as you. It's almost like it's almost like your values have shifted somewhat here, Sag, and therefore perhaps your idea of what a Ten of Pentacles has shifted somewhat, and it's no longer shared with this person or this other energy. Ace of Cups reversed. Tell me more about this Ace of Cups reversed for Sagittarius, please. Chariot reversed. The flow, the flow, the flow. Oh, I should go down here, really. Oh, I'll go in there. Ace of Pentacles reversed. Tell me more about the recent past, please. The recent past. Give me something. Eight of Pentacles reversed. Okay. I feel like some of you have been quite selfless in the past, and you're leaving behind that energy of being selfless, and you are focusing more energy and love towards yourself. Anything else? The Hermit. Yeah, introspection. I'll just show you your clarifying cards. There's a deep introspection here with this Hermit card. It's kind of like what I said up here. There's been very careful thoughts before this radical shift. It's not just sprung up out of nowhere, I don't think. It may seem it to the other person. It may seem very sudden to this other person. Perhaps because they haven't recognised or understood or seen. Well, how would they see your internal workings? See Four of Swords as well in your subconscious. It's actually quite slow. It's actually quite slow energy, sort of underneath and in the past. And then we've got this Knight of Wands on the surface and this Tower on the surface that makes it seem very sudden. So I think like other people might be seeing you as suddenly embracing a new cause or embracing something new in the way that they don't understand. It doesn't seem to fit in with your past values. Your values seem to have changed. It doesn't fit in with their values. They don't know how to balance with you anymore. To them it seems sudden. To you, I don't think it seems sudden. Four of Swords in the subconscious, Hermit. It's actually been slowly building in with you for quite a long time, Sag. This change of heart. This change of heart. That's how I'm going to characterise it. A change of heart. Let's get more about this Four of Swords in your subconscious. Tell me more about the Five of Swords and a Temperance. Temperance. Long time coming. What did I tell you? Four of Swords in the subconscious for Sagittarius. Four of Swords in the subconscious for Sagittarius. The Sun. Knight of Pentacles reversed again. It's only the third time that's come out. It's been a long time coming. It's been a long time coming, but you are... The Sun, the idea of shining a light on something. Shining a light on something that you've never... shining a light on injustice. And again, that applies possibly on a personal level, possibly on a wider societal level. There's some sort of injustice in your relationship with someone here, with your quest to create a Ten of Pentacles with someone here, but there's some sort of passionate wider cause that you've recognised that you were previously in the dark about, and you've actually quite slowly shone this sun on it, quite slowly reached the realisation that something's not fair here, something's not right here, something needs to be done to rebalance this. It seems sudden to everyone else, but to you, you're not surprised, because it's crept up on you over time to a certain extent. Anything else about this Four of Swords inside your subconscious? Look at that. Another repeat energy, that Ace of Cups. I don't know, you just can't pour your love towards something in the same way that you were doing, because you're seeing something in a new light. You're seeing an unfairness where you previously didn't see an unfairness. And actually it's almost like that unfairness has been there the whole time, but you're only just recognising it. And there's obviously kind of sadness attached to that. So now you're like, can I Can I continue to emotionally invest in this now I see it in such a different light? Let's look at this Ace of Cups for you, Sag, in the near future. I mean, I would say it looks to... God, it's so confusing. We'll just have to wait till we clarify that devil. Maybe that devil is there to really hit home the fact that you know what you're dealing with and you're not having any of it anymore, because in your near future we've got a Ten of Swords. This is... I mean, when I first saw this Eight of Cups, you know, it felt like a question. It felt like a question. Should I emotionally invest in this anymore? With the clarification, it feels like I've answered the question and Sag is saying no. I'm not going to emotionally invest in this anymore. Ten of Swords is an ending. And underneath the card of walking away from something, yes, there's pain attached to it. But you've already told me you're willing to do what it takes to get my Ten of Cups. And if it takes a Ten of Swords, then it takes a Ten of Swords. Anything else for this Eight of Cups for Sagittarius, please? Anything else for this Eight of Cups for Sagittarius? Five of Wands. It's that conflict. We've already seen it. We've already seen the Five of Wands. It was in reverse before, wasn't it? Underneath this Six of Cups. It's like you're putting a Ten of Swords in that conflict. You know, there can be so much value in this energy, in this Five of Wands energy, this conflict energy. When you get to the root of that, you can learn so much. But it is not a independent process, I do not believe. Somebody else has to be as invested in getting to the root of that conflict as you. One or both of you, it appears, are not invested in getting into the root of that conflict. You don't think it's worth it. And, you know, if you're not sharing the same vision of a Ten of Pentacles anymore, then of course that makes total sense. Anything else about this Eight of Cups for Sagittarius? Thank you. Death. It is in reverse. The energies are pretty flip-flopping here. My clarification really hasn't brought it out of the realm of it being a question, really. Yes, that Ten of Swords is upright, but Death's major arcana, it kind of trumps that. There's certainly significant resistance to bringing about an ending in this future. This could be someone else's energy, though. You could be dealing with a Scorpio, by the way. You could be dealing with a Virgo, a Leo, a Cancer. Yeah, maybe this more feels like somebody else's energy. Could be. Could be. There's so many different ways this could play out. Someone here could be very resistant to an ending. Let's look at your strengths. Let's look at this Nine of Cups. Let me go to the Witches. Tell me more about Sagittarius's strengths. Yeah, I would say that it's still remaining as a question in this near future energy. Should I stay or should I go? Should I emotionally invest in this? Should I continue to pour my cups into this? There's too much conflict. You want to... I mean, there's the... What is coming through as obvious is the desire to end the conflict. Now, you can end that conflict by properly working through it. That would require the emotional investment that you are questioning. You know, it depends on how much work both sides are willing to put in. And with a collective reading that's an hour long, there's limited information I can give you, and you will know. This is what I mean about these readings. It's not me giving you hard and fast advice. You know. You certainly know deep down how much work you are willing to put in. Yes, the other person, that's a more difficult question, but I haven't really dug under their energy, and I don't particularly have the desire to do so, but they're not feeling emotionally open at the moment. How temporary that is, I don't know. If this Death in reverse energy, they're resistance to an ending can prompt in them bringing this energy the right way up, then maybe you might have something to work with. But if you've got nothing to work with, you can't do this. You can't do, it's just impossible. You can't do this on your own. That's like arguing with yourself. It's like arguing with yourself. Let's look at your strengths. 9 of Cups. Quite an independent energy, by the way. It's a 9. It tells me that you know you are. How in touch with it you are, I don't know. Empress up here. I think you're reasonably in touch with it, Sag. You know you can do it on your own. 9 of Cups. Tell me more about this 9 of Cups for Sagittarius, please. You know you can do it on your own. You know you can do it on your own. I'm not going to clarify any further. I'm not. You're telling me, in your strengths, I will do whatever it takes to find my 9 of Cups. The 9 of Cups comes after the 8 of Cups. The 8 of Cups is in your near future. In your near future, you appear to be questioning, are these cups salvageable? Are these cups between me and this other energy, this other situation, this other person salvageable? If they are not salvageable, I am willing to walk away on my own to find my own personal 9 of Cups. I am able to do that. I absolutely am able to do that, is what you're saying to me. Good for you, Sag. Good for you. Good for you. Environment, Knight of Pentacles reversed, inconsistency. This other energy you're dealing with is not consistent, is it? It was at one point, I believe, because we've got a upright Son of Pentacles underneath that 10. Underneath that 10 of Pentacles. I do believe it was consistent at one point. I think deep down in your soul you recognise it's not consistent anymore. It's showing up in your environment as not consistent. Often this position for me, it can be another person's energy, and now we have more context. This person, I believe, is not consistent. Yes, you've changed. Yes, you've changed, Sag. People change. If we all stayed static all the time, what the fuck would be the point? You're growing. You're not changing for the worse. You're changing for the better. It's there twice. That 9 of Cups is there for you twice. You can't argue with that. Well, they can. You can. $999. You might be seeing 999 around a lot. You've got a Hermit there as well. Knight of Pentacles in Sag's environment, please. Anything else? High Priestess. Sorry, High Priest. The Empress. The Sun. Oh, you're gonna make me cry. We've already got these fucking cards, man, I tell you. We've already got a Sun with a Knight of Pentacles. A Sun with a reverse 9 of Pentacles. This reading is just lining up, and I love it when I get readings like this. And there we have it again. The Sun and the Knight of Pentacles. You are shining a light on the reality of your environment, including a certain other energy that is inconsistent. You're coming to terms with it. You're recognising it. It's there in your soul, in your subconscious, whatever the fuck word you want to choose. It's the realisation has been creeping up on you for some time. Even though the realisation has been creeping up on you for some time in a sort of nagging way, it still might feel a bit sudden to you, by the way. I know we talked about it up here as other people finding it sudden, but I don't know, sometimes things can kind of creep up on you in a nagging sort of way, and then you can still have a bit of a sudden moment. So some of you may resonate with that. I just felt the need to say that. Empress, the Empress, it's beautiful. This is beautiful. This is just you being honest with yourself, Sag, honest about the situation. You're giving yourself permission to see things as they really are. Getting rid of any clouds of illusion that may have been there in the past. You're just seeing with clarity the reality of your environment, I believe. And that could relate to your physical environment, another energy. I mean, your physical environment could count as another energy. I don't know. I think for most of you, it's somebody else's inconsistency. Oh, it's lovely, actually. It's just lovely. Right, let's get underneath this Five of Pentacles for you, which is your hopes and your fears. Tell me more about hopes and fears for Sagittarius, please. Five of Pentacles, oh God. A King of Cups. Very emotionally mature Sagittarius I'm looking at. Yes, we've already seen it. Three of Cups reverse. You're worried you'll be lonely. Worried you'll be lonely if you break from this other energy that's inconsistent, that doesn't understand your growth, that doesn't understand the way you've changed, that doesn't understand the shift in your values, but that no longer seems to be on the page with you regarding working towards Ten of Pentacles. If you break from this energy, you're worried you're going to be lonely. I'll show you it upright, but it came out in reverse. Three of Cups in reverse is a card of loneliness for me. And you know, it's underneath the Five of Pentacles, which does speak about that sense of abandonment, that sense of being out in the cold. So it ties in with that. Anything else for hopes and fears for a reversed Emperor? So we've had two upright Empresses coming out. I believe that's you, Sagittarius. A reversed Emperor. Some of you may have children with this person and you're worried about single parenting. Whenever I get an Emperor and an Empress out, if one of them's in reverse or both of them's in reverse, it kind of feels like trying to do the job of two people. You may be worried you are having to do the job of the other parent. If you break from them, there may be concerns around that for you. But moreover, it's a concern about a sense of loneliness. A concern about dealing with the emotional fallout of the situation. I mean, the King of Cups is a strong, powerful energy to be dealing with all that, though, because it's very emotionally mature. This feels like someone who can sit with negative feelings. Can sit with them. Can feel them, because you have to feel them. You have to feel them to allow them to move through you. And I feel like this is a Sagittarius who is confident in their ability to do that. I see you being able to do that anyway, even if you have doubts, which of course you do have doubts, but maybe you don't want to have to be that King of Cups. I suppose to a certain extent the King of Cups can sometimes be a bit stoic. Yeah, perhaps you're worried about having to be stoic. Calm in a crisis. Calm in a crisis. But I don't want to be calm in a crisis because maybe I can avoid the crisis. Maybe I can avoid the crisis, Natasha, is what you're saying. Maybe you can. Maybe continuing to emotionally invest in this other energy is a crisis in and of itself, though. Maybe. You would know. Right, this devil energy that I've been dying to get under. It's in your outcome. It's in your outcome. Ooh. Six of Cups. Also, there is a concern that a break between you and this energy could cause instability. with the way this four's come out in reverse, because fours are all about stability, but also it's a sort of comfort zone thing. Hopes and fears, hopes and fears. This is what I'm getting at. It's like you hope, in a way, you hope for the situation to be destabilised, because then you can build back up again from whatever you're left with. And you believe that would be healthier and better for you. But at the same time, you fear that very destabilisation. I mean, because you're going to have to bring your best King of Cups energy to the table to deal with it. You know, your best emotional maturity, your best emotional resilience. You're going to have to reach down and find pieces of yourself that you've not even sure if they're there. I think they're there. Seeing what I see, I think they're there. But I can understand your fears around that. Absolutely, I can. So there's that. Let's get underneath this devil for you. Outcome devil. I mean, yeah, like I said before, the devil's here. Let's just say the devil's not here to tell you you're going to go around this cycle with this person again. But it's just encouraging you to at least see it that way. At least see it as if you don't walk away from this, if you do emotionally invest in this situation again, it's going to be a repeat of something you've done before, and how did it end last time is kind of what it's saying, I believe. But also to remind you that you do feel very bonded to this person in a way that's perhaps not very healthy. You know, we see this in the devil card, these chains, for various reasons. I'm sure you feel bonded, chained to this person in a way that you don't know if it's okay to escape. Nine of Wands. We've had what did I say when the Nine of Wands came out before? I linked it to that devil energy, didn't I? Do you remember when this Nine of Wands came out before? Doing the same thing again and expecting different results. It's come out underneath that devil energy. Maybe you have to repeat the cycle a few more times before you realise maybe you do. No judgment from me here for doing that. Four of Cups. If you do, you will get the same result. It will be the same disappointment. That's what the cards are saying, my loves. Don't take what's not yours. Anything else for this devil energy, please? For Two of Pentacles. Two of Pentacles. Actually, this gives me hope. This gives, yeah. Because this is, yeah, okay. So really, I think what we're seeing in this outcome is a sort of indecision. It's a sort of, do I go round again? Do I continue to emotionally invest in this situation and repeat the cycle again? And, you know, it's looking like if you do, it will yet again end in disappointment. And a continued desire to not want to emotionally invest. Because that's the other thing the Four of Cups is as well. It is that idea of not emotionally investing like the Eight is. But it's not quite walking away in the same way that it is in the Eight. It's more just fed up, stuckness, apathy. Like, you know, the way these energies are flowing, to me, it does not, to me, look like anything is going to be resolved by entering into yet another cycle with this person. Could you work with this, you know, because I think I sometimes place too much responsibility on what I say. You're not stupid. And I don't believe you are. It's just that I don't want to not do my job well. Could you work with this devil? Is there a possibility you could work with this devil energy and re-enter into this and the same thing not happen? I don't know. Is that the question you're asking me? Is that why I'm asking this? You're in two minds about it. You're showing up in your more long distance future, your more outcome energy, as being in two minds about it. I understand. And maybe this isn't the time that you do break from this cycle. Maybe it isn't. But certainly what's on your mind and what the cards are throwing up is that it's just going to be a repeat of the same old shit if you go into this cycle again. Shall I ask the possibilities, you know, if you actually don't emotionally invest, if you put a Ten of Swords in it, should I ask for a card for that? Would that be a useful thing to do? Because I think we've already got our answer for, if you go back into this cycle, what's going to happen. But of course, the other question is, can you go back in with this person and the cycle not is there a way to, let's ask that. That's a more useful question for you right now. Is there a way to break this cycle? Is there a way to break this cycle with this person and it not be a Nine of Wands, not be a devil? Let's ask that. We've got 3 cards for you. 8 of Swords, Queen of Wands reversed, Queen of Swords reversed. I mean, 8 of Swords says no, you know, but let's look at it a bit more helpfully than that. I just feel like you potentially will feel like you are losing yourself if you go back into this cycle with this person. Even if you go back into it with the recognition that it's a cycle that has the potential to repeat negatively, and therefore you go into it with the intention of breaking that cycle, of somehow doing things differently this time, I just don't feel like that's a very likely outcome. I don't even know how to explain it in terms of the cards I've even received, which I do generally like to do, but I mean, 8 of Swords, it's kind of cognitive dissonance. I think you would be hiding the truth that you know deep down to be true from yourself. You know, she's in a mirror, but she's not seeing herself. You just have to create within yourself a whole load of cognitive dissonance, I think, to create even in the possibility in your mind of this situation somehow this time managing to pan out differently. It doesn't look to me like it's possible. I just have to say it. I just have to say it. Take what resonates. Don't take it if it's not yours. You'd have gone by now anyway. Whereas if you choose to, let's ask for advice in breaking this cycle then, because this seems to be the message that yes, you can't go round with this person again in this way. So advice then, advice please for Sagittarius in kind of breaking from this energy. 5 of Wands. Okay, that's, I mean, it's come out several times. It's the 3rd time. It is about change. Conflict. So I suppose why this has come out is, what did I say? There is value in getting to the root of this conflict. However, how many times have you tried to get to the root of this conflict? I think you've tried it many times and it's not worked. And what reason would there be for this time it to work? I think it would... and who did I say this to? Which collective did I say this to before? I can't remember. I'm sorry if it was you and I'm giving you the same message. If the energies haven't shifted, I can't help it. It very much could be a case that there would need to be a shift in other energies to get to the root of this conflict, and that's out of your control, and that's not going to change. You entering into this cycle again with this person is not going to change their attitudes to getting towards the root of this conflict. Anything else on this for Sagittarius? Magician reverse. They don't want to make it happen. Oh, why did they get left over there? It's not very good of me. 7 of Swords, 4 of Swords, the Devil reversed, Ace of Swords. Interesting. Magician. I almost think they don't have the tools. One or, you know, and actually, let's just even, it doesn't matter who. It doesn't matter. Maybe it's you. Maybe it's you that don't have the tools. I don't know. Someone does not have the tools to properly get to the root of this conflict and resolve it. The emotional tools, the emotional skills, I don't know. Something like that. the will. You know, because the magician encompasses all 4 elements, and I'm just thinking of the wands. They don't have the wands, the will. They don't have the will. They don't have the cups, the emotional skills. And you've tried. I do believe for many of you, you've tried and tried before, and you've not got to the root of it, and it's not going to be different this time. Oh, and here's some repeat energies popped out, and I don't know how that happened. 7 of Swords, yes, yes, this is you. 7 of Swords, self-deceit in reverse, self-deceit, sudden epiphany. Sudden epiphany regarding the self-deceit. And I do believe the self-deceit is about the likelihood of ever getting to the root of this conflict. All right. And 4 of Swords, the Devil again. Taking the time to recharge and rest and get in contact with your own mind to understand the nature of the devil energy that you're dealing with, the nature of the repeated cycle that you're dealing with. I'm going to get you some charms. We've gone on a little while, haven't we, Sag? But I think it was worth it. I mean, I really hope you got something out of that reading. It doesn't sound like the most easy to deal with situation, but like, I believe you can do it. I believe you can do it, Sag. I do. This is extra winks from the universe, extra confirmation. We'll see what we get, and I'll say what I say. Okay. Well, that's quite a lot. Let's get numbers first. We've got a 1, we've got a 7. The 17th may be important to you. Coming up may be significant to you. The number 17 may be important to you. The number 1, the number 7 may be important to you. The number 71 may be important to you. Some of you may be 71, some of you may be 17. Some of you, the people you are dealing with, are 71 or 17. That's how that came out. We've got several crosses have come out, so some of you may have a religious background that may be tied into where some of your values are coming from. I can see, I'm looking at a Sag, she's had a significant shift in values, so previously your values may have been determined by a kind of religious upbringing, and you're kind of letting go of that, leaving that behind. What else have we got? We've got a little sheep. We've got several animals, actually. We've got, I honestly don't know what that is meant to be. You can make of that what you will. Can you see it? I've got no idea. It looks like it could be a little pig. I really don't know. We've got a little sheep and a little fox, a cat. I'm just going to go through and pick the animals out. Dolphins, a hummingbird. Okay. I do not understand why every time I pull charms I get a snowflake. I get a snowflake. That has me in mind of death energy, because it's winter, death energy. We've had the death card out, so there is some sort of ending here that you are thinking about. We've already ascertained that. And after winter comes spring, hence the flower. We've just had 1 letter come out, so I'm not going to pull any more to try and get any more. I do believe it's a J. A J. That may be extra confirmation. Oh, can you even see it? You may just have to take my... Yeah, hang on. You may have to take my word with it on the J. It's a J, I promise you. It's so tiny. So your name may begin with J. Someone you're dealing with their name may begin with J. So these are the animals we've got. I don't really know how I'm going to show you all these. I suspect you're going to have to take my word for it. Cats, dolphins, sheep, fox, hummingbird, cat. Any of those animals may be of particular significance to you, and the universe is having a little wink at you by showing you them. God, I pulled a lot of charms, didn't I? Yeah, the fox puts me in mind of that 7 of Swords energy, to be honest. That's self-deceit. The sheep, again, puts me in the mind of spring, which we already spoke about. The spring after the winter. I'm going to put those there. What else have we got? A random shape. A random blue rhombus, I believe, to be technical. That may have meaning to you. And we've got a blue star. That may have meaning for you. I have no idea why we've got a crown on top of a flying moon. But we do. A crescent moon. This is the phase of the moon that we are kind of currently at, actually. Something significant. I think look to the next crescent moon. Yeah, that next phase of the moon. Oh god, I don't know what it's called. Anyway, that phase of the moon may be significant to you in terms of something significant happening. This is kind of just a castle. It completely brings to mind that whole Ten of Pentacles that's right at the centre of your reading, if I'm honest. It's that tower. See that tower we see in the Ten of Pentacles? So that charm really has just come out to kind of remind us that that's what's at the heart of the matter, is a Sagittarius who wants to build this Ten of Pentacles, but who is willing to build it alone. And this is, what direction do I go to build that? Which makes perfect sense, doesn't it, after everything we've looked at. 1 hour 16, blimey. Sagittarius, thanks for being here. I hope you got something out of this reading. Do let me know in the comments. I wish you all the best with this. It's hard, it's hard, it's hard. Hopefully in future readings we're going to start seeing a shift, a significant shift for you, my loves. But I know it sounds cheesy and shit, but I just know you can do it. Look, I'm so bad at ending readings. You've shown up as the Empress twice. You can deal with this devil energy. I believe you can. Alright. Let me know. I'll see you next time. Bye.